Africa, a continent bursting with life, talent, and resources. Yet a place where stark contrasts paint a painful reality. Opulence and abject poverty exist side by side. We see towering skyscrapers piercing the sky. Below, sprawling slums cast long shadows of despair. This is the tragedy of Africa, a story of two narratives. On one hand, a privileged few. They dine in grand halls, untouched by the struggles of everyday life. Champagne flows freely. Laughter echoes through lavish gardens. Their children attend elite schools abroad, shielded from the harsh realities they themselves help perpetuate. This is the Africa of unchecked wealth, of indifference. But then, there's the other Africa. The Africa of the forgotten masses. The Africa of empty stomachs and broken promises. Here, mothers weep for children lost to preventable diseases. Education remains a distant dream. Opportunity, a cruel illusion. This is the Africa that silently screams for justice, and bridging these two worlds, a deafening silence. A silence from those with the power to speak truth to power. This is the silence of the comfortable, the complicit, the comfortable silent ones. This essay will explore that silence. We will expose its devastating consequences. Silence, we are told, is golden, but in the face of injustice, silence is betrayal. It is a luxury that Africa can ill afford. The elite, drunk on privilege, have mastered the art of indifference. They build high walls around their gated communities, their conscience seemingly walled off as well. Newspapers report on corruption scandals. Politicians loot state coffers with impunity, yet barely a whisper of dissent escapes the manicured lawns of the privileged. They turn a blind eye, their silence a tacit endorsement of the rot eating away at the soul of the nation. This indifference is not passive, it is an active force. Every silenced voice, every ignored injustice, widens the gulf between the haves and the have-nots. It is a betrayal of the dreams of our forefathers, of a continent yearning for a brighter future. But can true comfort exist amid such suffering? Can one truly enjoy their wealth while their brothers and sisters starve? This is the moral dilemma of the comfortable silent ones. It is a question that haunts the conscience, a question they desperately try to ignore. History whispers warnings to those who care to listen. The fall of empires, the collapse of societies often begin with the silence of the elite. Rome, once a beacon of civilization, crumbled under the weight of its own decadence. Its ruling class, consumed by luxury and apathy, failed to heed the warning signs of its impending doom. Are we, in modern Africa, doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past? Are we to stand by and watch as corruption and inequality erode the very fabric of our societies? The answer lies in our willingness to break the silence. The time for complacency is long gone. We must remember the words of Martin Luther King Jr. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The comfortable silent ones may believe they are insulated from the consequences of their inaction. They are wrong. The stench of decay knows no boundaries. It seeps through the cracks of their gated communities, a constant reminder of their complicity. Africa needs her sons and daughters to rise from their slumber. We need the voices of the influencers, the artists, the business moguls to resonate with the cries of the downtrodden. Use your platforms to amplify the voices of the voiceless. Shame the corrupt. Demand accountability from those entrusted with power. We find inspiration in the likes of Ken Saro-Wiwa, a Nigerian writer who bravely challenged the exploitation of his people and paid the ultimate price. We remember Wangari Maathai, who stood up for the environment and empowered countless women in the process. Their legacies serve as a beacon of hope, reminding us that one voice can indeed make a difference. This is not a call for a revolution, but a plea for awakening, an awakening to the realization that our destinies are intertwined. The suffering of one should be the concern of all. Let us break the shackles of indifference and embrace the spirit of Ubuntu, the African philosophy that reminds us of our interconnectedness. The time for silence is over. The time for action is now. Let our voices rise in unison, demanding a better Africa for all. Let history record that we, the inheritors of this great continent, chose not the comfort of silence but the courage to act. The fate of Africa rests in our hands.